Hey guys, I am out in our oats and peas field. As you can see, you got the pig barn behind me over there. I haven't really done much of an update for you guys on this stuff because, well, it's been kind of crazy. But last week when I wanted to cut this stuff, it was up to my knees. Now it's up to my waist. Look how good this stuff looks. I am very impressed. Now, when I wanted to cut it last week, we had the odd plant. As you can see the oats there. There's the oats. We had a couple plants that were like that last week, like the odd one. Now there's quite a few of them. But I also noticed we have some flowers. That's not the best of situations there because digestibility kind of goes for which isn't so hot, but it is what it is. We've been waiting for a bagger. A lot of guys are trying to get some stuff bagged right now, and it's a little bit of chaos trying to get everything organized. Now we have a few bare spots here. Yes, we've had a lot of rain, so it's flooded out our crop, and there are even some spots I see up here. There's still water sitting in that one. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Being as wet as we are, we're going to need to be very careful and not make any ruts in this field, because that will be tragic. And the reason why that'll be tragic is because for the next 4 years we're going to be dealing with that same rut, which is not ideal. That's what we got going on. We're getting this cut and we're getting this baled this week. Thanks for watching. Well guys, we are going back out to the field to cut some hay again. I'm just gonna shed a little light on some topics that some people don't, I don't know whether you understand it or you don't really know kind of what us as farmers are going through when, you know, we make the decision to cut hay. I myself, I have like zero equipment. All I own is the loader tractor that I clean the barn out with and get feed with and stuff like that. So I'm very dependent on other people allowing me to rent or to have them custom come and do my stuff as I start out. Also very weather dependent. The weather has been all not that great. We're reached some more humid weather right now, so we could get rain this afternoon, we could get rain tomorrow. You really got to take that into consideration too when you are doing stuff. So I'm going through a little bit of stress and panicking a little bit, and just like feed quality. You're always dickering about feed quality and all that other stuff that goes with it. So it's no fun. In the end, I want you to know that God is in control. No matter all the wet spots in the field, no matter how poor quality the feed might be that you think it can be, like I'm worrying about, it all works out. So bear with me as I stress through this and as I make feed. Enjoy watching me cut some oats and peas. Well, we are cruising along here. Except for all the wet holes that keep making me having to turn all the time. That's not the fun part. She's pretty thick, actually. I'm actually quite impressed. I didn't think it was gonna be this good. Last week when I was here, it was up to my knees. It's like up to my waist now. It's amazing how fast it grew. Paying attention, gotta drive around another wet hole. I can't believe how fast it grew or much it grew in a week's time. We did have the right weather for it. We had a fair amount of heat and not as much rain. We still got rain, but just not as much. So it really helped this stuff go. I'm also finding out where all the tile is, because this stuff grows so much better when it's not drowned out. So tell me where you see the tile run. Oh, hey, what about there? It's not like that through the whole field, because there's a good stretch up here where it's good, but you can definitely tell where they are. I bet you there's another one right over there. Well guys, we are almost at the next field. Just driving her down the road. Taking my time. This road is bumpy. Well guys, I'm on my way home. Just in time for chores, 5:30. There's a lot of feed out there. There's quite a bit. It took me a little while. 45 acres, wait, no, 30, yeah. 45 acres took me 5.5 hours to do. There's a lot of monkeying around over on my piece, but this piece was nice and simple and easy. Yeah, that's that. We're gonna get to filling another ag bag again tomorrow, so we'll see you then. We are tying our bag off. she is a hot one today. Very, 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 very muggy. But we're bagging anyways. We got the tractor all hooked up to the bagger. The bagger's all ready and set to go. The harvester's in the field. We are ready to rock and roll. We got 45 acres to harvest today. 30 acres is second cut, which was fairly in head. It is pretty tall stuff. There's a lot of feed there. And then we have the 15 acres of oats and peas over at my mom and dad's, which we are going to be putting in this bag too. The oats and peas are a lot greener of a plant and hold a lot more moisture, so we're going to be harvesting that stuff last, which is also why I cut it first. Got more time to dry. Although I'm not really sure how well it's going to be dry on a hot day, humid day like today, but it will do something. I have my pen and paper. For anybody that doesn't know, it's a pretty important part. I didn't realize this, but it's pretty important to count your loads, to know how many is going in there so you know how much feed you got. You can visually see how much you got also, but just so you have a mental note, so you're like, oh hey, you know what? I still need X amount of loads in order to make it till next year type of deal. So I got to make sure I put this stuff up in my tractor here, because then I won't forget. Also got a marker here because when I switch from the second cut to the oats and peas, I want to be able to put a piece of tape on there and write what is what, so that I know when I'm getting close to switching feeds as well, because that's a pretty important thing. Because of the rationing, it's going to be rationed different. You're going to be supplementing different based on the nutritional values of each feed. So it's pretty important to know when you're switching from one feed to another, so that you can make the adjustments to your protein diet as well. I also taken some Ziploc bags with me so I can grab a sample so that we can do our analysis on the feed. I did not do it with this bag. Completely forgot, and then things got a little crazy busy while I was in the moment, but I got a couple minutes right now to make sure that I have everything set right and working properly. This is load number 12. And then we're gonna switch over to the other field. But it's getting to that time of chore time, so Shoshana's going off and she's gonna start chores. She doesn't quite know how to do this. I didn't show her how to do this. So I'm gonna keep going on this. She's gonna get going on chores. And I think we'll be done around the same time. If not, I'll be done earlier. I really don't know what to expect. But that's part of dairy farming. While you're making feed, you also gotta milk. And I gotta pay attention to what I'm doing. Harvesters already there. Most of the wagons are there or on their way right now too. Hopefully we can fit it all. I might need to move those bales. I'm gonna be moving those bales. Looky what we got here. It's a lot lighter looking. And it's a lot wetter. The bagger's still moving forward, but we'll see how things progress. I might need to let off on some pressure. Because what will happen is what it's doing. Just making soup, it's not good. We gotta let out some pressure. We'll see how that does. Well, like in farming, things have turned for the worse. This oats and peas is way too wet. I kinda was thinking it was gonna be way too wet. I didn't really know for sure until we started harvesting. And then we started to make some soup down there. That's not good. That's what happened to our last bag. And it ended up like a floppy flopper, and that was not good. So fortunately enough, we have time. We have time yet with our weather, with what's coming up with weather. Tomorrow looks really good. Tonight, no rain. So we are going to try again later tomorrow, tomorrow afternoon, and see if we can get her chopped then, if it'll be dry enough. I may have to end up raking the rows because on the top it looks dry, like you can see already, like some of this. That's the oats and peas, that's nice and dry. But because the windrows are so thick, that there's a lot of moisture still hiding underneath. So we'll check back in with you guys later. But as for that, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care and God bless.